Good morning, students. How are you all? Hope you are enjoying your studies. Today, we will be going through a quick recap of the topic food production. We have been studying this chapter from the last 1 month. It is a quite big chapter, and therefore, I have tried to bring everything together today for a quick revision that will be helpful for you to revise this big chapter. In food production, we have studied about role of microorganisms in food production and agriculture. In role of microorganisms, we studied about useful bacteria and useful fungi. Bacteria that help us in making curd, in making vinegar, in tea production, in making cheese. This way bacteria help us in making some food items. Then there are some bacteria which make the soil fertile. Fertility of soil is very important for a good yield of crops, isn't it? Like ammonifying bacteria which help us in ammonification, that is the conversion of proteins into ammonia by ammonifying bacteria. Then this ammonia is converted into nitrites and nitrates by nitrifying bacteria. The process is called nitrification. There is another process that is called nitrogen fixation, in which there is a bacteria called rhizobium which is present in the root nodules of leguminous plants. This bacteria convert the atmospheric nitrogen directly into the nitrates, and all this process makes the soil fertile. Okay. Then next we studied about useful fungi. Fungi, they help us in making bread. They help us in making alcoholic beverages like wine, beer, in making cheese, and there are some fungi which are edible like mushrooms. Next we studied about agriculture. What is agriculture? It is the practice of growing plants and rearing animals for food, clothing and other useful products from them. In growing plants, what are crops? When the same kind of plants are grown in large number in a field, they are called crops. There are different classification of crops. One classification is based on the purpose for which we grow the crops. Another is based on the season in which we grow the crops. On the basis of purpose, crops are food crops and cash crops. Food crops, as the name suggests, they are grown for the fulfillment of requirement of food of everyone. Cash crops, they are grown for making commercial benefits from them, for making profits to earn cash. They are called cash crops. Food crops which are mainly grown in India are cereals, pulses, oilseeds and fruits and vegetables. Whereas cash crops which are mainly grown in India are beverages, spices, sugar crops, rubber, fiber, timber, medicine. Beverages like tea, coffee, spices like turmeric, sugar crops like sugarcane and beet, rubber crops and fiber like cotton, jute. On the basis of season of cultivation, crops are rabi crops and kharif crops. Rabi crops are winter crops, sown in October and harvested in March or April. Wheat is a major rabi crop. This type of crop require lower temperature for their growth in their growing period, and therefore they are grown in winter season. Mustard, gram, barley are some other rabi crops. Kharif crops are sown in July and harvested in October. They are grown in monsoon season because they need moderate temperature and a lot of water during their growing period. Rice is a major kharif crop grown in India. Other than that, maize, millets and sugarcane are some of the kharif crops. Other than this, we also studied about horticulture, organic farming and green revolution. What is horticulture? It is the branch of agriculture that deals with the art, science, technology and business of growing plants. It includes the cultivation of vegetables, fruits and ornamental plants and flowers. Then in organic farming, as we know that long-term use of chemical fertilizers, weedicides and pesticides is not good for the environment and for our health. So farmers are nowadays shifting towards organic farming. In this organic farming, the practice of using organic manure instead of artificial fertilizers is done, and biological control of pests is done. So, organic farming is good for the health of soil and it gives a good quality of produce for our health too. Then green revolution it refers to the increase in food production through the introduction of high yield crop varieties and application of modern agricultural techniques. These modern agricultural techniques have made India self-sufficient in wheat production, which was otherwise not. M.S. Swaminathan is the father of green revolution in India. Then we studied about rearing animals or animal husbandry. Animal husbandry is the rearing of animals to obtain various useful products from them. The animals which are reared are called livestock. Milk yielding animals, meat and egg yielding animals, fiber yielding animals or draught of working animals are some of the different types of livestock which we rear. Milk yielding animals give us milk and they are also called milch animals. Cow, buffaloes, goats, camels. These are some of the animals which give us milk. These are some of the breeds of cow. Native breed which belongs to India, which are originally from India. Exotic breed which are introduced from foreign countries. And cross breed which are obtained by mating of native and exotic breed. You should learn all these names, all the names of these breeds. Then some breeds of buffaloes are Murrah, Mehsana, Surti. Then we studied about white revolution, which is also called as Operation Flood. Due to white revolution, India became largest producer of milk in the world. It was started by Lal Bahadur Shastri, the then Prime Minister, under the guidance of Shri Varghese Kurian. Varghese Kurian is known as the father of white revolution, under whose guidance India became the largest producer of milk in the world. Then we studied about meat and egg yielding animals. Duck, fowl, sheep, goat, they give us meat. Hens and ducks give us eggs. Indian breeds of goat, and then Indian breeds of sheep who gives us meat. Learn them well, okay? Then poultry farming. Poultry are the birds like fowl, hens, ducks and turkeys that are reared for egg and meat. And rearing of this poultry is called poultry farming. These are some of the breed of poultry: Asil, Brahma, White Leghorn rat, Rhode Island rat, etc. And the chickens that are reared for their meat, they are called broilers in poultry farming. Then fiber yielding animals, sheep and goat, they give us wool. Some of the variety of species of sheep or breed of sheep that give us good quality wool are Lohi, Gaddi, Bikaneri, Bakarwari. The same way, these are the breed of goat that give us fiber. Draught of working animal are those animals which are used for agricultural purposes in the fields or for carrying the loads. Bullocks, buffaloes, camels, horses are used in agriculture and mules are used to carry loads. We studied about livestock management, that is how to take care of animals, livestock. For milch animal, we have studied that the diet should be proper, they should be kept in a clean shelter, they should be given clean drinking water, then proper arrangement for the disposal of waste should be done. They should be taken care by a vet every time whenever they fall sick. Meat yielding animals, they should not be exposed to excessive heat or cold. They should be given fresh leaves to eat. There are so many points. Go through your notes, revise everything properly. We studied about some of the diseases which are caused in cattle and poultry, like foot and mouth disease, cowpox, anthrax which occur in cattle, fowl pox, fowl cholera, aspergillosis, these occur in poultry. Then apiculture, sericulture and pisciculture. Apiculture is rearing of honeybees for production of honey and beeswax. Apis indica is Indian species of honeybee. Sericulture, rearing of silkworm for production of silk. Bombyx mori is a native of China. It is a species of silkworm which is domesticated in most part of the world for production of silk. Pisciculture is rearing of aquatic animals like fish and prawn. We have gone through the terms like breeding ponds, fish seeds, hatcheries, then different breeds of freshwater and marine fish. This is all about this chapter. Go through this again, revise this chapter from your notes very well, and learn everything that is being given to you in the form of notes and worksheets. Happy learning and keep learning.